I had been in a handful of altercations, and at the time I thought that they were normal. Now looking back, I'm like, wow, that was so incredibly dangerous. No wonder my parents were so concerned about my life. I didn't want help. Which is, like, you think back and you're like, wow, how could I have been so brainwashed to not even realize I needed help? I ended up just moving to a different state thinking that that would be the best, safest option for me at the time. And it was for a while. I came back for one of my friends had a baby and I wanted to be at the hospital, and he was at the hospital, and like sometimes you forget how bad the abuse was. I could remember our fights, but not in a way that I was scared to go back. We ended up pregnant with freaking twins. Like, holy crap. We were fighting constantly. The physical abuse wasn't so bad because I was pregnant, but the mental abuse was awful. I was so messed up in my own head. Like, I had just gotten so brainwashed to think I was nothing. Like, the worst thing about it is it's not always these really bad times. Like, you have these really great moments and you're like, yeah, this is why I'm sticking it out, because we're gonna get to this all the time. But that's not real. After the girls were born, like, we started having more of the physical fights again. I think knowing that the girls were in danger was way more terrifying than me being in danger. He could have killed me so many times. He could have killed my kids. You're holding this little girl who's being squished by the weight of an adult male, and you can't do anything? You just have to stay there and trust that when it ends, someone is keeping you safe. And I did. I trusted that the next day I could go to the bridge. I could talk to anyone who answered that phone, and I could come here. He wouldn't be able to hurt us because we were safe here. I talked to Jennifer, and she knew me from years before. This time, I was ready. I was ready to get help. I was ready to figure out, how is this gonna look? The process to leave is overwhelmingly terrifying. We had a plan. I went back to the house before he got off work, and I packed just enough to leave. And the bridge set us up in a hotel at one of their other locations so that we could be out of Fremont and safe. When you just grab your bag to leave, you're not thinking clearly. You're just panicked to leave. The bridge helped us turn off all of our location devices, make sure we had a hotel to stay at. They provided it so that the girls and my parents and I could stay somewhere and be safe and actually sleep all night. They sent diapers for the girls because I hadn't packed enough. They were checking in, making sure that the protection order was getting filed, that it was going before a judge. As terrified as you are, because there's no fear like that fear that you know someone's coming after you. They're trying to make it as smooth as possible. I needed something here in my community with people that got it. When you're in the community, you understand the people in the community. Someone from Omaha isn't gonna have the same type of relationship with me as someone that can meet me right here in Fremont, understands exactly what I need to be able to be safe. The bridge is how I came to be happy, how I've survived life, how I have become who I wanted to be. Their help got me here. Look at how I can now provide for these little girls that I didn't know I even could. I am so strong because of the bridge. They are how I have begun to live this really great life. I couldn't have done it without them.